It's a simple to use, fast heating, space-saving espresso machine that comes stock with beautiful custom American walnut wood trim. A PID-controlled boiler uses a 3-position switch for simple temperature adjustment, and there's easy access to brew pressure adjustment, all with Profitec's legendary reliability and performance. Hey, espresso lovers, Marc here from Whole Latte Love with the Profitec Jump, an updated version of their very popular Pro 400, which has a 4.9 out of 5-star rating in customer reviews. And this machine jumps to the next level, redesigned with a more refined aesthetic, including stock custom wood accents and new features. The Jump is a fantastic option as a first foray into home espresso brewing, or an upgrade from a single boiler machine for latte lovers who want to brew and steam simultaneously with no waiting to heat up to steam or cooling down a single boiler after steaming. It's a quicker, more efficient drink making process. So coming up, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a latte. I'll give you a full tour of this machine, share some of its key features and benefits, have some usage tips, give the results of our performance testing, and go over the included accessories, as well as a few I'd recommend picking up. In the end, you'll know for sure whether or not the Profitec Jump here is the right machine for you. Now, before we get into it, why not take a second and subscribe to the channel with your notifications enabled. We've got weekly live streams and tons of other content, including brewing techniques, DIY projects, product reviews, and more. And of course, we hope to see you in the comments with your comments and questions. With that, let's get brewing. All right, so let's get right into making a latte on the Jump. The Jump, it uses a heat exchange boiler so it can brew espresso and steam milk simultaneously. It's a way faster, simpler process than making drinks on a single boiler machine. On those, you're gonna have to make an espresso, then you're gonna wait as the machine heats up to steam milk. And after steaming, you have to cool down the boiler before you can make another espresso. All that bouncing back and forth adds minutes and some mess to the process. And hey, nobody likes waiting for that latte. The Jump's 3-position temperature selector was set to the middle position for a brew temperature of about 200 Fahrenheit. And that's gonna be perfect for medium roast coffees. We'll make a 6-ounce latte using a double shot of espresso. For that size, we pour about 4 ounces of milk into the frothing pitcher. For the double shot, we're grinding 17 grams of our own locally micro-roasted crema wave on Profitec's Twist A54 grinder. We use a Varia AccuScale to confirm the 17-gram dose weight, and we'll use it again to weigh our espresso as it extracts, shooting for about 34 grams. That's double the weight of the ground coffee for a standard 1-to-2 espresso brew ratio. A few taps to level out the grounds, and using consistent, even pressure, tamp the coffee with the included tamper and a tamping station, which helps keep things level. Brush off any loose grounds. Before attaching the portafilter, we're going to do a 2-second flush to clean the group and equalize temps. Attach the portafilter, place the scale in our cup, and tare the scale to weigh the espresso as it extracts. Purge the steam wand and lift the lever to start the extraction. Now we're going to position the steam tip just barely below the surface of the milk and lock the steam on with the quick steam valve, and that is an upgrade over the knob valves of the Pro 400. As the milk expands, we lower the pitcher to keep that tip position at the same depth relative to the surface of the milk, and we're going to try and angle it to create a roll in the pitcher. To allow for drip off, we're going to stop the shot a couple grams under our 34-gram target, ending with a timing in a normal 20 to 30 second range. We continue steaming the milk until the outside of the pitcher is just getting a little uncomfortable to hold due to heating, and that's going to give us about 140 degrees. Remove the pitcher, purge the wand to push out residual milk, and wipe it down. Give a swirl of espresso in the cup a little bit there for a nice canvas, and give the pitcher a few taps to break up larger bubbles. Swirl it for a uniform milk texture and pour over the espresso to finish the latte and add some art in our case. Now, I'm going to put a link down there in the description that illustrates the easy frothing process right through to pouring your first latte art. It's a step-by-step guide that's helped thousands master working with milk. You know, if you need a machine that packs a lot of power but doesn't take up a lot of space, this baby's about as narrow as they come, only 9 inches wide, but with the reserves and fast recovery of a substantial 54-ounce boiler and 95-ounce water reservoir. You have the power and capacity to brew consecutive lattes or even Americanos, and as you'll see in my test, no problem cranking out milk drinks at 2.5-minute intervals. Boiler temperatures, again, they're controlled by a 3-position switch. Flip it forward for low temp mode. This sets the boiler to 248, giving you a brew temperature of around 197 and steam pressure right at 1 bar. What I recommend for dark roast. The middle position gets you 255 Fahrenheit in the boiler for brew temps around 200 and about 1.25 bars of steam pressure. And that's going to be optimal for medium roasts like the crema wave we used earlier. For light roast, flip the switch back for a boiler temperature of 262. That's going to get you a brew temp without flushing of about 206 and 1.5 bar of steam pressure. That pressure, it's going to boost steam power. And as we'll see in the test results, I recommend a flush of 6 to 10 seconds to bring that 206 down a few degrees for a light roast coffee. Now, as you flip the switch, the PID display will show you what temperature you're setting the boiler to. And again, note that's not what the temperature at the group head will be. After switching, the display will go dark until you pull a shot when it becomes a shot timer. The Jump is powered by a relatively quiet vibration pump, and the easily accessible OPV is a feature many appreciate as it allows for easy adjustment of brew pressures. The dual gauge on the front face gives you readouts for both brew pressure and steam pressure, and the machine sits on a single-piece textured steel frame that provides both stability and style. This is an E61 group machine, which means it's compatible with flow control. So if you're interested in experimenting to see how various flow profiles impact the flavor and body of your espresso, the Jump is perfectly capable of facilitating that. If you're interested in learning those flow basics, I'd love to geek out on that stuff, and maybe you will too. So I've linked another video in the description to show you how to use it to take your espresso to the next level. As for what's new on the Jump here, well, for starters, it features a brushed stainless housing and custom American walnut wood accents. They come stock on the machine. If walnut, it's maybe not quite your vibe, you can easily swap out the handles and knobs for a variety of other wood options or even concrete, which is really cool. The Jump adds that OLED PID display that makes it easier to navigate menu settings like toggling eco mode and the automatic pre-affusion. And it turns on as a shot timer during extractions. Quick steam joystick valves operate steam and hot water. Those can be locked on for a consistent stream of water or steam. The wands have internal insulation for no burn properties. That also is going to get you drier steam and less chance of baking milk onto the steam wand. My performance testing on the Profitec Jump started with timing the machine's heat up time. Upon powering on, the PID display shows up until the machine is fully heated, and in my testing, that took around 13.5 minutes. Testing brew temperature stability was next. For real-world results, I'm using a K-type thermal probe mounted into a stock filter basket to measure actual temperatures within the coffee puck. Profitec recommends a 2-second flush before brewing unless you see some visible steam or bubbling in the water. Working with the machine prior to testing, I found that increasing the flush times to 4 and 6 seconds for the medium and high setting worked best for my personal brewing preferences. Profitec's published temps are 197, 200, and 206 for the low, medium, and high settings. My test came within about a degree of those. That extra 2 seconds in my case for the medium setting brought me down by maybe about 1 degree under the 200 published temp. And that 206 is a little high for my liking, so going to a 6-second flush there got me into a temperature range I like better for a light roast coffee. Of course, you can always adjust flush times a little shorter or longer to increase or decrease temps. I tested frothing performance and water added during steaming at all 3 temperature settings using our standard test based on the SCA method of heating milk from out of the fridge temperatures to greater than 140 Fahrenheit, which is what you want for a latte. Here are those results. I did 3 tests at each temperature setting. As you can see, steaming times went down at the higher settings with about a 10-second difference between low and high. If you like the faster, more vigorous steaming, you can flip the switch for high temp right after pulling a shot to bump up the pressure, or just leave it at a high setting and do longer flushes to reduce your brew temperature. Water added during steaming came in at under 10% in all but one of the tests. I consider anything under 12% a nice dry steam. At the end of the day, there are machines with larger boilers which can steam faster, but the truth is, unless you're a pro, a little bit of extra time is going to give you more time to work the milk and create a better froth before the milk overheats. Right out of the box, the Profitec Jump comes with most of what you need to get brewing: a 58mm single and double spout portafilter, single and double shot commercial filter baskets, a backflush disc, stainless steel tamper, cleaning brush, and of course a user's manual. To complete your setup, you will of course need a grinder. If you want to stick with the Profitec brand, their twist grinder is a great option. You got it right here, available in both hopper fed or single dose versions. A couple of other nice to haves I'd recommend picking up with your Jump. You can't make milk drinks if you don't have a frothing pitcher, so you might want to get one of those. A scale is an essential tool for ensuring consistency in your shots. Finally, to prevent damage to your counters, you'll want a tamping mat. Profitec's offering in this department is really nice. I love how big it is. Or you can go with their tamping station, which we used earlier, that holds a portafilter level for easy and consistent tamping. And don't overlook water quality. Internal scale deposits caused by excess calcium are the #1 cause of machine problems, and you don't want those. It's easy to prevent by softening the water, and for that, we're going to recommend BWT Water and More options. They go beyond traditional sodium-based solutions and reduce calcium by exchanging it for magnesium for better flavor and no lime scale when used as directed. The Profitec Jump here is a simple, easy to use machine that's both small and powerful. It can easily serve small gatherings with the ability to put out drinks at 2.5-minute intervals. A great option for someone just getting started with home espresso or looking to upgrade from the more complex and involved process of a single boiler machine, especially if lattes, cappuccinos, and other milk beverages are going to be on their daily menus. The 3-position switch allows you to switch between low, medium, and high brew temperatures to better suit dark, medium, and light roasted coffees. Or you can bump up the pressure for increased steam power if you want it. Optional flow control gives you the ability for experimentation if that's something you're interested in down the road. Now, if you're just getting into home espresso, your next watch should be my video, 10 Essential Espresso Tips Every New Machine Owner Needs to Know. And I've linked that up here or down there in the description. It takes you through the basics for easy success with any semi-automatic espresso machine. Now, do you have questions on the Profitec Jump here or anything coffee? Drop those in the comments. I love helping our subscribers. I'm Marc from Whole Latte Love, and if you love coffee and espresso as much as I do, be sure and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. A world of coffee content, it's always just a click away. Thanks so much for watching, and see you back here again soon for more of the best on everything coffee, brought to you by Whole Latte Love.